from the reading in that meditation. And as it turns out, as I was starting to write this talk, I looked at that reading. Right in that reading, it's a really powerful reading this today. Assurance. I walk with the assurance of my divinity. So I'm a word person. You guys that have seen me here before know that I'm a word person. I like to look up words and find out what they mean and then kind of play off that and learn stuff. And assurance actually would be confidence, right? So another way to phrase that might be, I live with the confidence of my divinity. Well, to me, that if I'm living with the confidence of my divinity, I'm living from a place where I know that I am divine in nature. Right from that place. There is confidence in my action then, because I know who I am and I know whose I am. And the very first sentence then of this reading is kind of interesting. They're made to create the life of my highest imaginings and resigned myself to living a limited life. I'm going to say that we do that not some of the time, but most of the time. Would you agree? I hate to say that because I'd love to consider myself an enlightened being, But if I'm truly living with the assurance that I am divine, I might make a lot of different decisions than I make in life right now. We come here on Sundays and we hang out with high and holy people like y'all do to run that all the time, right? It helps. It helps when we have partners of believing, and you're surrounded by partners of believing here. But the real world doesn't quite work that way. And we haven't been taught to think that way, have we? We haven't been taught to think that we are divine. We haven't been taught to think that we are co-creators with what shows up as our life. In fact, we're taught, and generally do, look to our circumstances to give us permission to do what we want to do. Now, what do I mean by that? Your circumstances are what's immediately around you. So we look to our bank account to see if we can go to Europe. We look to our credit score to see if we can get a car loan. We look to, are you with me? That's what I mean.